Welcome back to Digi Bro.
What's up?
Digi Bro.
We can finally choose our troops. So we can get rid of this douchey horse guy. Get an archer. We can get rid of Garcia because he's already a strong axe guy. We don't need so many axe guys. We're having a good time. We're playing Fire Emblem.
But you're going to stop sniffling because I'm going to have to listen to this back at some point. And the last time I had to listen to one where you sniffled through the whole thing, it was disgusting. I can't believe anyone listened to that episode.
Yeah.
So we just went and took a break to go get food for a bit. We went to Wawa, and I got a sub. I've been talking about on this show. You said like you're not. I can't tell if you processed
I'm paying attention.
Any
You just said you got a sub. It was real fucking exciting.
I know, but it's so. Look, we've just had the music playing for a while, and now it's quiet, and I really can't mentally deal with it.
It is real
it's
quiet.
bothering me that you're like, I don't know, blah.
Yeah.
I got a sub. I've been trying to eat less or eat more actual intuitive eating as opposed to the parody that Anthony Fantano, the internet's busiest music nerd, has been playing this character lately.
A wonderful character.
The Resist character. It was originally Resist Capitalism.
Yes.
And it was like he was making fun of the Resist Capitalism hashtag on Twitter. And then he just turned into like this weird like slacktivist SJW character who's like going on all these really intense rants about his like life. And he was talking about like fat shaming in one, and so he's like, whoa, it's zombies.
Yeah, now we're fighting monsters.
He was
Look at these eyeball guys.
He was like talking about like people like not understanding that you have to eat with your heart, and he calls it intuitive eating, and so he keeps like eating like weird stupid shit and being like intuitive eating. And
yes, I had 9 tortillas today.
Yeah.
Intuitive eating.
Yeah, but it's great because like Fantano is so like we've talked about before how he's a vegan and how he kind of like makes fun of people for the fact that they eat like emotionally as opposed to logically.
Yeah.
Like that most people will say that they eat meat because they really like meat or they grew up eating meat. It's just like it's normal to them.
Yeah.
And he sees it as you shouldn't eat stuff because you want it. You should eat responsibly.
Yeah.
That's sort of his take on it. So like him making fun of the intuitive eating thing is great for me on 2 levels, because 1, I love that he makes fun of people for that, and 2, because I'm completely guilty of it. Like, yeah. I eat intuitively almost exclusively.
Absolutely.
And, lately I've been trying to curb that and to try to eat stuff that seems more not as bad for you,
Yeah.
We talked about this on Bloodborne, but I'm not, like, revolutionizing my diet. I'm not, like, eating nothing that I'd normally eat or, like, trying to eat, nothing but health food. It's just, like, no fast food, smaller portions, which makes sense because I've never been someone who can eat a large portion. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll always get more than I can actually eat, and then either end up eating it like periodically over the course of hours when I shouldn't be eating anything, or because I get tempted if I have food like around me, let's say there's like a sandwich that I didn't finish earlier and it's sitting on my desk. Every time I look at it, it makes me want to eat the rest of it,
Yeah.
And eventually I'll slowly force myself to eat the rest if it's sitting there. Even though I should have just not got as much in the first place. So, like, just now we went to Wawa, and I got I've started ordering the chicken salad sub, because chicken salad's not
good.
Quite as, like, unhealthy as some of the other shit, like the...
Perhaps.
Like the, like, cheesesteak or something, I'm sure is even worse for you. So,
Boom,
I got
critical.
that, and I got it at regular size, because I looked at the large, and I immediately... Which is called classic, so it's not framed as the big one, it's framed as the normal one, Where, like, if you go to Jersey Mike's, where I went earlier today, and also made the same size decision, there's regular, which is like a 6-inch sub, and then giant, which is like a 10-inch
It's
sub.
like 8-inch and then 12-inch.
Whatever. There's a regular and a giant, and the giant is closer to the regular at Wawa, which is the biggest one, but it's called Classic, whereas the other ones are called Shorty and like I don't remember what the smallest one's called, mini or something like that.
It implies that you will not be full.
Yeah. And so I look at the big one and I'm like, oh man, because I felt like I was pretty hungry, but then I was like, I'm not going to be, because the only time I can ever eat a full-size sub is if I have not eaten that day.
Yeah.
You know, like if it's the first meal of the day and I'm really hungry, I can put down a whole sub. But like otherwise, I'll always go out at like 4 a.m., get myself a big-ass sub, eat half of it, and then just totally not want the other half, you know? And I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna give in to intuitive eating.
Intuitive eating.
Get a normal fucking size sub, you know?
I've been intuitively eating a lot of Oreos lately because someone decided to get a fucking family-size Oreos, and I'm like, I'm going to end up eating a shitload of these because I can't fucking stop myself. Never buy this shit. Someone else buys it, and then once it's there, it's impossible to stop.
So, I brought this up because I was thinking about how, it's funny, we talk about food on this show a fair amount.
Quite a bit.
And the Devu has brought up before that he considers food to be something I talk about, like, all the time, he ranks it among, like, the things I talk about the most is, like, Dark Souls, food, and, you know...
Dark Souls and food. The only truly important things in life.
And, like, I was thinking about it, and, like, I don't think we talk about food disproportionately to, like, how much would be strange, but then I thought about it, and no one else talks about food that much.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's a matter that we talk about it a lot, as it is that other people talk about it abnormally little. And then I realized that it's because I don't think most people care about food that much because they don't think it's worth it. I think everyone loves food. Everyone loves good food. Everyone would, in an ideal world, want to eat good food all the time. But I think that most people are not willing to either pay in terms of money or pay in terms of time for good food.
Yeah.
Because if you
especially young people like us who, you know, don't have a lot of time or a lot of money.
Right. Well, like anyone who can't afford, you know, to eat out, they probably eat, like, at most fast food, and they go out and get fast food, and you know, they're not willing to go to restaurants, even though if you look around, you'll probably find somewhere that's kind of like fast food, but a lot better. Like, me and Victor have neither one of us really eats fast food anymore because we always go to Glory's Bakery, which is the same price as fast food, but tastes a lot better.
Yeah.
We go to Kevin's Doghouse, which is the same price as fast food, but tastes a lot better. You know, like, we found places that are affordable food that is not fast food. You know, not that it's all, like, amazing for you or anything, but it tastes good. You know, it's not fucking fast food, like, where you're like...
And we're supporting local businesses and not million-dollar corporations that are... evil. They're evil.
Whatever. I don't care about all that shit. The point is that we found ways to eat good food for the same price that you would eat the fucking 50-50 roulette that is fast food. Where sometimes it's good and sometimes it's fucking garbage.
Sketchy shit.
I don't think there's any fast food place that is consistently on point. Like, the closest is maybe Wendy's is usually good, but, like, you can't count on it, and I don't think...
Chick-fil-A is pretty consistent for me.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is consistent, but I don't think they're
dude's
amazing.
Fucking enormous. Jeez, look at all those characters I'm not gonna use. I definitely
can't think of many times I've gone to Chick-fil-A and been like,
but
it's because they only have, like, 2 items.
Yeah, they're very specialized.
I'd say their fries can be hit and miss, and I think if you get any of the, like, chicken salad sandwich stuff, that shit's all garbage.
Yeah,
if you get anything that's not the main menu, it's garbage.
I can't get into it.
Oh, it sucks. It's overpriced too.
She likes chicken wraps, but they're just really dry to me. She doesn't use sauce. How do you
Funnily
not use
enough,
sauce?
the opposite, because most fast food places, they have that, like, those couple of more expensive things that they try to play off as, like, their this is, like, the nice stuff. Like, this is the high quality stuff, you know?
The good shit, man.
All that stuff at McDonald's is always shit. All that stuff at, like, most places is shit. But interestingly enough, at Arby's, that stuff's legitimately pretty good. Like the turkey sandwiches they have are like much better.
You are the Arby's fan.
I don't really eat there anymore, and especially
Yeah.
not now that I'm not eating fast food. But I think that it's not worth it because while it is better than the rest of their food, you could go somewhere else and spend $7 and get something better.
Yeah.
You know? Again, if we went to Glory's Bakery, it's better than anything you can get at any fast food place. You know, you can pay $5 and get a huge sub if you want to there. You know, not that I usually get the subs, but like, yeah, it's just like ridiculous how much more you can
Fucking
get.
redonkulous, man. Went there today. Got 2 meat buns.
How are those?
They were pretty good.
Could you finish both?
Yeah.
Because whenever I get 2 things there, I can never.
Well, I
finish
ate one kind of later, but 2 meat, 1 pepperoni burger is great. Let's not talk about very specific food that nobody has a frame of reference for.
But anyway, I was bringing this up because, like, yeah, I think most people are either not willing to pay for good food or they don't want to make it. Like, they know that, because cooking's not hard. I think everyone can do it. Like, whenever I talk about, I think people really misinterpreted me when I said that we don't know how to cook. I didn't mean that we literally don't know how to cook. I meant we don't know how to cook specific dishes. Cooking is the easiest thing in the universe. Like, you just follow instructions.
We don't know any complicated recipes. Like, I mean, I can
Right.
fucking, make some macaroni. Like, that's nothing.
Right. Like, that's what people, like, when I said we don't know how to cook, then, like, Devu was advising, like, making spaghetti. And I'm like, I've been making spaghetti
I can make
since I was
fucking
12,
spaghetti.
you know?
Spaghetti's like the simplest shit.
Right. No, I think I think people, maybe some people, when they say I don't know how to cook, they actually mean they don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
Like, if it comes in a box, of course I know how to cook
Yeah.
it, you know? If it comes with instructions printed on the label, then anyone can do it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm talking about making, like,
don't know
nice
recipes.
stuff, right?
Like, I just learned how to make General Tso's chicken because
Yeah.
I had to look up a recipe, and now I'm, like, trying to get that
perfect
recipe,
it,
like,
right.
well, improve it, because it was kind of like, the first one I found kind of shitty recipe, so
Right. But
trying
that's
to make that better.
That's what we're talking about. Like, that takes hours to do. To make General Chow chicken the way that
Yes,
Victor's
it
been
took
making
several
it.
hours.
It takes...
'Cause I was
'cause-
making 3 pounds of chicken every time.
Yeah, you have to, like, cook... You have to individually cook each batch of chicken, you know, mix it all with the... Like, create the sauce, mix it with the sauce.
Yeah, it's not like
do all
cooking
that.
spaghetti.
No, not at all. So, like, yeah, when I said we don't know how to cook, I meant, like, real cooking. And I don't think most people do, because it takes time, and most people don't think food is worth that much time or worth that much money. Everyone loves eating, but no one's willing to go out of their way to do it, you know?
God,
And, like,
the mages are cool in this game.
I think that, like, I am passionate about eating in a way that I will go to the trouble of, you know, spending the money and doing the stuff.
Take a look at this. Look at it. Look at how the
it's
cape just
cool.
fucking blows, and she, like, looks away when she shoots. It's fucking rad, man.
She's a cutie.
Very edge.
I did always think the mage in 7 was, like, kind of an edgy kid. And the mages inherently look like children. I don't know if that's, like...
Well, that one just is a child.
They always look like kids.
Yeah. I mean, the sprites are pretty small looking.
But, anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Food. Shit.
Yeah?
Recollect this train of thought.
Go on.
Fuck, you lost me with the mage shit. Why'd you have to do that?
Oh, because it was cool.
Food, no one pays for it.
Franz.
Oh, yeah.
The Devu.
Devu was asking me, like, he said something to the effect of, like, I would eat out, like, he was like, I would probably eat out like you do if it, you know, but it's expensive. And I was like, it's really not that expensive. And he was like, don't you spend most of your money on it? And I was like, the phrasing there is wrong, because it's not that I spend most of my money. It's that I spend the most of my money on it.
You just
know.
don't spend money on anything else.
Right.
So,
Well, like, let's say I make about on average $1,000 a month,
yeah.
and I give $500 of that to my dad for rent, and I spend about $250 on food, and then I might buy myself something cool, you know, like that costs a couple $100. But, like, I don't think I've ever spent more than, like, at the absolute most $300 in a month. But, like, and because he thought I ate out every other day, and I was like, it's really that I eat out every day, but it never costs more than $10 to eat out. Like,
Yeah.
I never would spend more than 10. And then the reason he was confused, what he realized, because he said, but my dad told me it costs like $600 to feed me per month. And I was like, Devu, I don't eat out 3 times a day. I eat out each day. There is a huge difference.
Yeah.
You know, like he was doing all of his math based on eating out every meal. I was like, no, every day, not every meal. It's not that expensive if you put aside, if that's something you're willing to put your money into, you know? Like, and I mean, it depends on how much you make, of course, and what your priorities are, because I don't have to spend money on rent, so, you know, or, I mean, I do. I spend $500 a month on rent, but I mean, like...
Yeah, pretty easy living. You don't pay for a car.
Right. I don't pay for my car
you don't pay for
or
your
my
phone.
So, like, if I had to cut out things, I would probably eat out less, but I would still eat out. Like, no matter what, I'd eat out once a week at minimum.
Because, like, what else are you doing? Like,
right.
I'd feel like I was just doing absolutely nothing if I never ate out.
It's just like, I don't know, I feel like people kind of take it as like a weird all or nothing thing. Like, either I am someone who eats out or I'm not. And it's like, treat yourself once a week.
I know.
For fuck's sake. Go somewhere
Every
nice.
now and then, you know?
Eat some fucking food, you know? Eat something good. Because, like, that's, you know, I think all of our friends are pretty into eating out, you know, once a week, if we can get it together.
Go somewhere with Hope every Sunday. It'll either be lunch or dinner. And, I mean, that's all we do with it. We go to lunch and then we fucking lay around.
I think the thing is, though, that I think what creates this idea that food is expensive is that media is really cheap, but no one perceives it as cheap. Like, everyone thinks games are too expensive now, right? And they are, but it's because they're being made too expensively, right?
Yeah.
But, like, if you really think about, like, how much enjoyment you get out of a game, like, it should be worth a lot more in some cases, you know? Like, I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
I go through, like, really weird phases when it comes to, like, paying for stuff, because there's some stuff that, like, I'll always buy on the cheap. Like, I'm waiting for the sale for games, you know? Like, I always buy stuff on sale, but then I think about it and I'm like,
shit.
like,
Fuck.
Is this game really...
No!
Is this game really worth less than what I would be willing to pay for food, you know?
Fuck, dude. I gotta restart this.
Like,
damn it.
Like Undertale, because we used that as an example before of something that people were unwilling to pay for. Undertale's $10. I'll spend $10 on lunch, you know?
Yeah.
Is lunch really giving me as much as Undertale? I don't know about that, you know?
Fuck, man.
I'm also a fan of the Vadi Vidya vote with your wallet theory, where he just bought Dark Souls like 6 times.
Yeah, that's why me and Donson have bought Dragon's Dogma a million fucking times.
If you guys still haven't bought Dragon's Dogma on Steam, what are you doing? We've talked about it a lot of times.
Probably won't play it on Digi Bros.
Yeah, for some reason Victor thinks that Drag Dog would not
I don't know.
be Digi
If people enjoy this, I guess they'll enjoy Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, like...
because this is the most mundane possible thing that can exist.
I feel like Dragon's Dogma is the same type... Like, the only problem is that you were saying was that it has a lot of menus.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's... I've watched you guys play it. I've never felt that it was bogged down in menus while watching you guys play it.
Well, that's because you haven't watched us, like, do that kind of activity in the game.
I've probably watched a good 10 hours of people playing Dragon's Dogma. I've never felt it was bogged down in menus.
Yeah, I mean, it's not nearly as much as, like, a game like fucking Xenoblade X is.
Now, that one we were talking about how it would be funny if we played Xenoblade X.
Oh, God.
And then Victor was like, I think I spent 50% of that game in menus. And I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to watch that. Because I feel like we'd have literally whole episodes in menus. Like, I think that's a game where you could actually spend 20 minutes straight in a menu.
I mean, but I know the game a lot better now, so it wouldn't be a lot of, like, exploration and finding things out in menus, so that could cut down on time. But, yeah, there'd be a lot of, like, checking out stat upgrades and all kinds of shit like that that would just kind of be, like, looking at nothing for a while.
By the way, we should have addressed this in episode 1, but sorry for the lack of music. There's been a problem. You may have noticed if you watched the Wind Waker and stuff that like the Wii U is just not registering music through this game capture for some reason. We are playing this on the Wii U. Which you probably knew because Victor keeps bringing up the stupid menu.
Yes, on accident.
How much does this cost, by the way? $10?
$8.
$8?
Totally great deal for this game.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
That's exactly the thing I'm talking about, right? Because all the Nintendo Virtual Console games, I keep complaining about how they're overpriced.
But then it's like as much as a cheeseburger. It's really worth it. The thing is
that I think it's more that other games are underpriced and are poisoning the market.
Motherfucker.
I think that Steam games and Android games, like by making themselves so cheap, are actually making it harder on everyone else. Because
probably. Then they have to be cheaper too, I guess.
And that's also what Yahtzee started charging for his games. Because he was talking about how he realized he had an economic responsibility to charge for his games. Because he said, if I keep putting out free stuff, then it floods the market with stuff that's not pushing any money around, you know? And like, and I'm also sort of disrespecting the work in a way, like by saying that it's, you know, not worth money or something like that.
Yeah. Which
I agree with, you know, that's why I'm always supportive of like more people doing like Patreon and stuff like that, you know, even though a lot of those people could be considered competition with me, like, I want it to become an idea in people's mind that what we do is an art form that's worth paying for, you know. There was someone who left a comment on the redirect video that Mother's Basement did for that podcast we did. And like someone left a comment where they were like saying some shit about, that Digi guy, blah blah blah, you know, like shitting on me or whatever. And I think they had called me like some like pretentious or something like that, and I responded like, what makes you say so? And they were like, they said something to the effect of, Digi thinks that that analysis videos are an art form, and I just don't agree with that. And I said, I should hope everyone who does analysis videos thinks the same, and I'm disgusted that you don't. Or I said offended, actually. I'm offended that you don't.
Yeah.
You know? Because, like, it is without question an art form.
Yeah.
And, you know, people not respecting it is a problem for those who do it, you know? That it's not being treated with the respect of an art form.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I want more people to make it recognized as that. Something that's worth money, you know? And, I do sometimes feel like, though, like, man, if my work is worth money, then the stuff I'm analyzing is definitely worth money. But I feel like people aren't paying for a lot of it, you know? Like, it's kind of funny. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who legitimately enjoy my videos more than they enjoy a lot of the shit. Like, no one's gonna say the Asterisk War is better than my videos about the Asterisk War.
True.
Like, you know,
kind of funny.
I would not encourage anyone to spend money on the Asterisk War. And, you know, I feel like, because even she's gonna
Motherfucker.
die. Why do you keep shit positioning?
I don't know. I'm being a dipshit. It's not a good look for...
Tighten up your game, you
right
fucking...
Now. Fine.
Completely idiot. You spent so much time, like, particularing your way through earlier battles, and now you're gonna rush it like an idiot.
Fine.
Anyway, whatever I was saying, yeah, games are worth more than what people are paying for them. You know, and not for, like, I think it's completely justified, the opinions of people like, you know, Jimquisition and Jesse Wood and people like that who have said that games have gotten too expensive because they're over budgeted. That I agree with. But I also think that we should try to, like, I think games need to budget themselves based on their actual worth as games. Like figure out what your game is. Like, if you're designing an 8-hour game, don't make it a multi-million-dollar game. Because that game is not worth $60, you know? Like, The Order 1886 or whatever. Like, this game that's like all beautiful and they spent millions on it to make all the things look right, and it's like it's a short game. The story's not that interesting. It has no replay value. It's not fun, and it's gonna be $60, and everyone's gonna be disappointed with it, you know. Whereas like Dark Souls is totally worth $100+. Like the amount of entertainment you will get out of it if you keep playing it over and over again is so much greater than what anything else is, that like, yeah, why wouldn't you buy it 5 times, like, or 5 times its worth, you know? So yeah, I don't know, buy shit multiple times if you like it. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
Next if you want them to make more of what you like.
Yeah. Next time on Digi Bros, something else.
I'll stop sucking.
I hope.